there were a lot of other characters in that show. Liza Minnelli was in that show. Ray Charles was in that show. Luther Vandross was in that show. Beyonce.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come
Hit
back
the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
I'm here today with the lead singer of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Jason. He was the background vocalist for Michael Jackson, and he also did the OG Pokémon theme song. However, I'm so excited for something even better than that, but I'm not going to tell him what it is yet. I first want to ask him how he's doing today.
I'm doing very well, my friend. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Could you please start by introducing yourself and telling everyone a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
My name is Jason Paige. I am from where I've been the longest, this planet, but I came out from from my mother in 1969 in Wichita Falls, Texas. However, Wichita Falls, Texas is about 2.5 hours north of Dallas-Fort Worth, and I only lived there about a year and a half, though. So I didn't really remember it, but I did visit Wichita Falls a couple years ago just to kind of get a feel for where I was from. However, I'm really not from there because my first physical reality on this planet was when I was an egg created. Yeah, we were all eggs. Did you know that?
Yeah, were you born in Texas, though? Because according to Mr. Hank Hill from King of the Hill, he was born in New York. And if you're not born in Texas, even though you were raised there, you're not a true Texan.
Then I'm a true Texan because I was born in Texas. But I did spend a whole lot of time in New York City. I moved in sixth grade. Sixth grade, I moved to Brooklyn from Florida. I was living in Florida when I moved to Brooklyn, and I started developing the Brooklyn accent. Then I had a Brooklyn accent for sixth grade and seventh grade and eighth grade. I was in Rockaway, Queens, and the accent went away a little. Then I moved to Manhattan for high school.
Queens? Did you meet Kevin James?
I didn't meet Kevin James, no.
Oh, come on, man. No Kevin James? Were your eyes getting weary and your back getting tight like the King of Queens theme song?
That's true. That's true. I was weary and my back was tight from living in Queens. Actually, Queens was just for the 7th and 8th grade. Then I moved to New York City to the Upper West Side where I was attending the Fame. I want to live forever. I want to learn how to fly high. You know did I distort the microphone there?
No, that was great. I liked it.
All right. I went to the High School of Music and Art. That's the Fame High School that was featured in the movie Fame and on the TV show and in the musical. And I began living in New York City, and I basically grew up from that point on as a New York City resident, which I officially still am.
Did you ever make any appearances at the Nintendo store where you just go and blow people's mind? They have a 2-story Nintendo store in New York.
I have been there, and it's kind of like they have a little Pokemon section there.
Only a little bit? It's mainly Mario, bombarded with Mario.
Yeah, it's mainly Mario took over the store. But I also did some music on Elite Beat Agents. You know that game? I think that's a Nintendo game.
It's Rhythm to the Rescue, Nintendo's Elite Beat Agents.
That was a Nintendo 3DS game, according to
Yeah.
You did that. I looked it up on ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's one of these things that I did back here. Elite Beat, awesome. Right there.
Elite Beat. What can you say about that game? Did you ever play it?
I didn't play the game. Actually, I did play it once, but mostly just sang all the songs not all the songs, but I sang a few songs in it. Can you see that?
You were on Phineas and Ferb, because the cool thing about Phineas and Ferb is there's an amazing local band in Texas called Bowling for Soup. Have you heard of them?
I have.
and there's a guy named Jared, and I've talked to him several times. What is your affiliation with him, and what have you done on Phineas and Ferb? Everyone wants to know.
Phineas and Ferb was extremely extreme. That song in one of the episodes. Bowling for Soup. I have no affiliation with Bowling for Soup, although I did see that that episode that you interviewed.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. So now I want to ask you a question, and this is very important to me. What comes to mind when you hear people, let me tell you about my best friend? He's a one-hearted person who loves me till the end. What comes to mind?
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Did you work on Robin Big? That's the question I want to know. I love Robin Big so much.
I did. I worked on Robin Big. I sang, "You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever let me down." Yep. On Robin Big, and I did a whole bunch of music on there for 5 or 6 episodes. I was producing and writing and singing different things. Sometimes it was just an instrumental. Sometimes it was vocals. But yeah, Robin Big, that was a good show. I like that show.
Did
MTV.
you ever meet Big Black or anybody on the show?
No, I didn't meet anybody on the show. It was just something that I did while I was in my home studio.
Oh, wow, that's crazy, because Rob Dyrdek's a really awesome guy, and of course, Big Black passed away.
Did you meet them?
I wish I could meet. I wish I could have met Big Black, but I never did. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Oh, he did. Oh no.
Yeah, he passed away several years ago. So, according to Wikipedia, you worked with Michael Jackson. Can you tell everyone about your work with Michael Jackson?
That's correct. Right here, Michael Jackson's 30th anniversary concert at Madison Square Garden, where he was reunited with the Jackson 5 after 30 long years.
You were doing that hip-hop stuff.
It was crazy. It was the most incredible amount of energy that was ever compressed into one room in the history of mankind.
Did you meet him?
I describe it like, I don't know if you've ever been to Niagara Falls, but the energy coming off of the Niagara Falls was kind of the same amount of energy that was concentrated in this room when Michael Jackson was performing. It was unbelievable amounts of energy, the sound of the audience. It was a 3-minute song and a 15-minute applause, a 3-minute song and a 15-minute applause. So it was unbelievable. People were screaming. They were having such an amazing time. One of the most eventful.
What was it like meeting Michael Jackson?
It was strangely normal.
Oh,
to
really?
be working with him and to meet him and to be in the room watching him work. He was very controlled and very, very relaxed, and it wasn't an amplified, eccentric, crazy dude that everybody portrayed him as.
That's what I was hoping for, because you see people like Guilford Godfrey, and I actually know somebody who met Guilford Godfrey, and he kind of talked like Mickey Mouse, they said, and he was just like, "Oh, how's it going?" And he was like, "You're scaring me. Is that really you?" It's like, "What? You want me to talk like Guilford Godfrey? All right, I'll do it fine." Is that the same with Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Some people just put on this air. Michael wasn't putting on his character that he usually was. People were inferring that he was all of these eccentric things because the media was not as prolific as it is now. You can watch people online, really being themselves, and it's kind of hard for somebody to be some other crazy character. I mean, what if I was always this guy, and every time you saw me, I was this guy? There'd be too many videos out there where I wasn't this guy, and then they would know that that's not me. That's Joe Pesci. That's me when I'm playing Joe Pesci in a show called For the Record Scorsese. But Michael Jackson, it was just very normal. It was just very relaxed in telling us what to do. But there were some other eccentric characters in that show. Whitney Houston, Usher.
You met Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston was the most eccentric one.
Wow,
we didn't
that's
get to hang out with her. She came in for the rehearsals, and she came in with a posse of people. That was Bobby Brown was with her. They were married.
Bobby Brown was with her?
They were very tabloid active at the time. There was a lot of crazy news going on about them, and they rolled in with a posse of 20 people with them. Like they had just come from the club partying all night long, and then they rolled into rehearsal, kept the party going, and everyone was like, "What is going on here? We're trying to rehearse in an organized fashion," and Whitney and Bobby are grabbing a mic and just like they're just in the middle of the performance, and here we are trying to rehearse in a controlled, calm way and figure things out, and they were like on a whole different level, and there may have been substances involved. Just let me say that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being like that constantly 24/7. You'd have to have some uppers like Johnny Cash was taking or something.
But probably, I mean, or they just literally rolled up from the club and partying all night. So, they were having a good time. I mean, it was interesting to say the least. There were a lot of other characters in that show. Liza Minnelli was in that show. Ray Charles was in that show. Luther Vandross was in that
Charles
show.
was there.
Beyonce.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't
Yeah.
you come
Hit
back
the
no
road,
more.
Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
My favorite
What's
line
that?
in that, not to cut you off, is "Woman, woman, woman, why you treat me so mean? You're the meanest old woman that I ever see."
I
love
bet
that
if
so
you
much.
say so, I have to bag my bag and go, that's right. Yeah.
What a good
I
song.
sang backgrounds for him like 4 or 5 different times in
What song
different
was it?
venues. Uh, we sang "Hit the Road, Jack." We sang "Everybody Must Get Stoned." Uh, a whole bunch of other stuff. Georgia.
What a good song.
Ooh. I was one of the background singers in that for Madison Square Garden. Matter of fact, one of the gigs that Ray Charles was performing at, it was called WKTU's Miracle on 34th Street, I believe. It was at Madison Square Garden. And he was performing Georgia on My Mind, but he didn't show up for the sound check. So they asked me to come down and microphone check for him.
Wow.
And I sat down at the piano and I went, Georgia, Georgia,
Can you play the piano?
oh, they do, and sang Georgia on My Mind with the band for a few minutes, not the whole song, kind of like he sang it, which was really funny for me to.
Can you play the piano?
Yeah, I play piano as well.
Oh, that's
I have a-
amazing. So then you were just like Ray Charles. If he didn't show up a couple more times, you maybe could have taken over his job.
Hey, okay, yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Ray Charles, you got to get out of here now. Jason Paige is here. So we're gonna go. I want to be a good steward of your time since we're time limited. But I want to ask you, your voice has become so many people's childhood, and they really love Pokemon, and everybody that I know loved Pokemon growing up. What is one of the most iconic songs when you were growing up that was like the Pokemon theme song to you?
Go Speed Racer, go,
love
and
Go
just
Speed
sit right back and you hear a tale of a faithful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this
You are
tiny
Gilligan's
ship,
Island.
Gilligan's Island. Oh my God. There was just, there were so many great theme songs back in the day. Welcome back, your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to the same old place that you laughed about. Welcome back, Cotter. That was another one. And 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock,
Rock.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock.
So
And
good.
Laverne and Shirley. I mean, I actually had a TV theme song CD to release the nostalgia in me. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones.
I love the Flintstones. You worked across many generations and mediums, from jingles to live performances. What is the weirdest and most unexpected gig that you have done before?
I did something that was really bad that I'm gonna reveal. Somebody asked me to make a song for his wife who took all of his money in the divorce settlement, and he had a song and a video that he wanted to make for her, and it was called "Every Day I Pray for Your Death." Every day I pray for your death. Because he hated his ex-wife so much that he made this song about praying for her death. And then he made it available for everybody to purchase with a different name put in for whatever the person that you wanted to die, who's whatever their name was.
Dude. So
So it was like Linda, every day I pray for your death, or like Denise, every day I pray for your death. Carla, every day I pray for your. So whatever the name of the person you wanted, you could program that name in. Now AI can do that right away. But back in the day, if you wanted to have a message to somebody like that, you have to record each one separately. So I recorded like 400 names. And I felt
much did
so
he pay
bad
you?
about this gig. It was such a bizarre thing. I felt really bad that I recorded it.
What was the amount of money that got you to do that? How much did he pay you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it wasn't. Well, I was getting paid per name. I think like $50 per name.
Oh wow, that's
So
crazy.
I did about 100 names, and then I just was like, I can't do this. This feels really bad. I don't think he really sold very much. Anyway, nobody really wanted to buy that. And I don't blame them. What an awful thing to buy, and what an awful thing to do. I'm ashamed that I did that. I took money to do that.
そんな方法もあるむしろその方が楽だ自分の姿犯した罪を見ずに済むからだけど知ってあなたを愛してる人が生きることをそして気づいて何も失うものはないことを何も遅くはないってことを逃げ出すための理由ならいくらでも見つかるでしょう